Hello and welcome to PK Glitz. I'm Janelle Marshall. We've got a special guest today. Tammy Malone, my friend from Texas, has come over and she's going to show us 4 great ways to color brads. Take it away, Tammy.
For our project today, we are going to need powder keg embossing powder, PK Glitz EP Max and Light, along with PK Glitz Glitter Glitz. You're also going to need an assortment of brads, an alligator clip, sticky tape in the 1/4 inch size, and an embossing tool. Okay, the first way that we're going to recolor a brad is using our powder keg embossing powder. Just simply take the top off of the jar and we are going to use our alligator clip to hold the brad since it will have a tendency to get hot since we're applying heat to the metal brad. We're going to turn on our embossing gun just for a moment here, let it warm up, and then we're simply going to just place the brad over the heat where the heat's coming out to make sure it gets nice and warm. Stick it into the embossing powder. It adheres really nicely, doesn't it? And then just simply place it over the top and it's done that quick. Okay, moving on to brad number 2, we are going to use the EP Max. EP Max is an embossing powder with glitter. It's a completely opaque embossing powder, so that means covering this brad with the sea mist is going to completely change its color. So once again, just like we did before, we're going to place the alligator clip onto the brad. We did need to take the top off of this one. See how pretty that is and nice sparkly. Okay, so we're going to, this one's kind of short on the shank there. We're going to go ahead and turn on our heat tool again. Let it heat up a little bit. And just simply place it over the top of the heating element there. You can see that. Make sure it gets hot all the way around. And then we are going to stick that in there like that. Tap off the excess. And just heat it from the bottom. And there we go. Isn't that beautiful? Now, the third way we are going to recolor a brad is using the EP Light in the buttered rum. EP Light is once again an embossing powder, but it's light, meaning it's going to give a light coverage. So you will see what's underneath of the embossing powder, and it's just going to let the color shine through while allowing the buttered rum color to lay on top and add that little bit of sparkle. So let me show you how this works. Here's the buttered rum, and sometimes I do like to shake it up a little bit, and then especially if it's been sitting for a while. And I'm just going to go ahead, add my little alligator clip to this big blue brad. Now, if you have trouble working with larger brads out of your jar, just go ahead and put those into, pour it into a coffee filter, and it'll make it a little easier for you to work with. So we're going to go ahead and heat it up just like we've done before. And I'm just going to heat. Make sure it's heated all the way around. I'm going to put it into, and tap off the excess. No need to waste. Heat from the bottom. Now, can you see the blue shining through? It gives such a very unique effect to your brads or any other metal embellishment that you may have that's colored. So So this is a way to create something that's just completely your own, and I think it's just gorgeous. But I'm going to show you one other way to use the EP light. So we're going to take this one, we're just going to set it to the side there. Now, since the buttered rum is a gold color, let me show you what it looks like just over the top of a regular gold brad. Now, if we had, let's say squash blossom or sea mist or some other color, we could come up with a brad or a metal embellishment that was colored really close and you get the same effect. So we're going to heat the brad up just like we always done. Heat it up. We're going to stick it in here, tap off the excess, and we're going to heat it. Bam, there we go. And now this plain office brad is stunning. It just has beautiful shimmer and shine. It's just gorgeous. I love it. Now this is our fourth and final way to recolor a brad. The first three ways that I showed you was using a heat tool and embossing powder. This time we're going to use the Glitter Glitz. And all we need is some sticky tape and a brad, of course. And just tear you off a little piece just like that. And we are going to apply that to the top of the brad. Just take it, and it's not going to fit all the way across. So we just tear it off like that. Make sure it gets all over the sides. Okay, and then we're going to take the other piece and we're going to cover the other half. Now, if you have the 3/8 or the 1/2 inch size, that would have been plenty wide enough and you wouldn't have to do two pieces. But this way, I'm showing you how to do a brad with tape that might be a little bit smaller. Now, I missed just one little place over here. My tape kind of buckled under. So I have some other tape over here. I'm just going to tear me off just a tiny piece. And that's what's so nice about this technique is it doesn't really matter. I want to make sure that it gets all the way around. Your seams or nothing's going to show. Okay. The only thing I do is make sure that it's nice and smooth around the edges. That is my biggest concern. Now we should have taken the top off. Nobody reminded me. And we're just going to stick it in the glitter just like that. No need for our alligator clip because it's not getting hot. And we're just going to simply brush off any of the excess. And now we have a beautiful glittered brad.
Wasn't that a lot of fun? Thank you so much, Tammy, for coming over.
Thanks for having me here today.
We're glad to do it. Now we want you to be sure and join our email family so that we can let you know about other classes that are coming up and also about the class kits that are available in the PK Glitz store. Until next time.